Hey everybody, how's it going? Digivoid Gaming here. Got a special video. I know BT8's about to release next week in the States, so I was pretty lucky to get the starter decks ahead of time, 2 weeks earlier. And I've been playtesting with my roommate a couple of days, and this is basically how I plan on running my Imperialdramon build. I'm also going to make a video for Yellow, and also an update video for my hybrid Yellow, since they got some new nice tamers for that from BT8. So without further ado, let's just get into this. So for the eggs, I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. One Upamon. Upamon is pretty good. Upamon helps you draw if there's a Digimon on your opponent's board without a Digi-Evolution. So that's that. And then we're running 4 Digimons. If once per turn, when one of your Digimon attacks with jamming, you just draw a card. Some of that consistency. And we're going to the level 3s. The rookies. They're all Vmons, so we're going to start with this Vmon from BT2. Once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, trigger, draw 1 card. So when it comes back to your turn and whatever's on top of them is suspended and unsuspends, you just draw a card. And then we got this actually it's an EX Vmon. Does exactly what the other one does, but instead of drawing, you gain 1 memory. So gaining memory is pretty good in here, so you want to do that. Next we got 4 of the jamming Beamons from BT3. It's just a jammer rookie. Why wouldn't you run this at 4? I've seen builds that run 2 to 3, and I'm just like, nope. And then we got the new starter deck Vmons. I'm only running 3 because I'm also running 3 of this other Vmon that I'm about to show you guys. So what this one does is it can go on top of any green or blue egg. But on play, you reveal the top 3 cards and then add 1 card with free in its traits amongst them to your hand, and then place the other ones at the bottom. So this essentially can add any Vmon, Stingmon, Imperialdramon, Imperialdramon Fighter Mode, X Vmon, anything with free in its traits right here. So that's that. And then last but not least, 3 Vmons from BT8 on play. Reveal the top 4 cards and then add 1 2-colored blue card among them to your hand, and then place the other ones at the bottom. So this is more for searching those dual colored cards, while this one is basically searches almost any monster from the archetype. And I believe my rookie count is at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 rookies. So I got a pretty high count here for rookies. We're gonna go into the champions. Playing 4 Stingmon. So this Stingmon, it's green, but it can go on top of blue rookies or green rookies for a pay cost of 2. Its on play effect is when you would play this card from your hand, if you have a blue Digimon in play like this, or even a dual colored one, as long as it's blue in it, you can reduce the play cost by 1. So essentially you'd only be paying 3, just like you were to hard play this guy. And this actually sets up for the DNA digivolving in the game with the new mechanic and all. And then as inheritable is really good. So anything on top of that when you attack, and it's not just once per turn, it just says when attacking you just draw a card. So you can attack twice with this underneath something, and then it'll get 2 draws basically. And if you can get 3 in, then 3 is even better. Now we're running 4 EX Vmons. They're just like the Vmons from BT3 or 2, I think. It's just a level 4 jamming instead of a level 3, because he digivolves into this. And then its inheritables, while this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name or free in its traits above this, it gains jamming. So basically what it does, it gives the Imperialdramon from the starter deck jamming, because it doesn't have jamming on its own like the other one did. So that's And then last but not least, for the level 4s, we got 4 Lightdramons. It costs 2 to Digivolve on top of any Vmon, but normally it goes over a level 3 green for a pay cost of 3, but you're never going to use that. It has Armor Purge, which is part of the BT8 new mechanic. When this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash the top card of this Digimon to prevent that deletion. And then on Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. And that's pretty much all these 4. I'm pretty sure you can use this to go into DNA Digivolving because it has both colors. And normally, I'll show you guys right now in a bit, but we're gonna go into the level 5s. So level 4s, we had 12 level 4s. In level 5s, we have a little bit less than that. So actually, we have about half of what the level 4s are. Chimeramon, it's a white card, but it can DNA Digivolve from 4-0 from 2 level 4s. So it can be any 2 level 4s on the board. It doesn't have to be blue or green. And just to make sure, when Digivolving, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash underneath this Digimon as its bottom Digi-Evolution card. Then, up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for each Digimon's color underneath. For each of this Digimon's colors until the end of your opponent's next turn. Your turn, this Digimon is treated as also as having the colors of its Digi-Evolution cards. While this Digimon has 4 or more colors, it gets 4000 DP. So this can go up to like 12,000. And essentially just pops things by having several Digimon underneath, and it recovers a level 5 underneath it as well. It works well with this Imperialdramon because you'll have like, 2 colors right there, and then he also counts as either blue or green when he has on top of something. So Chimeramon's pretty good. It costs 4 to Digivolve on top of a level 4, and they can go over any color. And then level 5s, 4 Imperialdramon from the starter deck. This Imperialdramon is really good in my opinion. It does what the other ones couldn't do, all because of DNA Digivolving. It takes a level 4 blue and a level 4 green Digimon to go into this for free. When DNA Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less to the bottom of its deck, of their owner's deck. And then when attacking, once per turn, just unsuspend this Digimon. So on his own, he can attack twice, and when you drop him, you're most likely going to return something with 6000 or less back into the bottom of the deck, of your opponent's deck. That is pretty freaking busted. And that's it for the level 5s. We're going to go into level 6s. We're only running 4. 2 Imperialdramon from the starter deck. It costs 4 to Digivolve on top of any level 5 that's green or blue. When Digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card and 1 level 4 lower green Digimon card from this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards without paying their memory costs. So essentially, you're going to have this tower. This is going to be your standard tower right here, because you're going to... This is going to be your like little setup basically. Just add any Vmon and then the egg. So let's just say this is your standard setup right here. You're gonna DNA Digivolve. Oh, actually, the green one goes underneath. It goes from left to right, because when you DNA Digivolve, you have to go from this color. So blue is on the left, green's on the right. So therefore, green goes underneath this. And then normally you're gonna do this, and when you do, you're gonna bring this out, and you're gonna bring this out, and then set you up for another Imperialdramon to go into another Imperialdramon. And that's basically what he does. It's pretty damn busted, to be honest. It's just, you drop 2 Imperialdramons in one turn, or 2 Imperialdramons in one turn, and you just go off. Alright, now for our last 2 level 6s is Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. You can Digivolve 2 if the name contains Dragon Mode, which would be this one right here. So this guy only costs 2 to go on top of this. which is pretty damn nuts because it's a 6 on top of a 6. Anyways, when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less to its owner's hand. When attacking, once per turn, if a blue card is in this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards, unsuspend one of your Digimon. If a green card is in this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So he unsuspends one of yours for having a blue underneath, and then he suspends one of your opponents for having a green one underneath. That is pretty nutty. And that's it for the level 6s. We're going on to Tamers. I'm only running 2 Davis because I only have 2 Davis. They're $18 right now, and I just don't feel like I want to spend $18 on another Davis like that. Obviously, the ratio is 3 and 3, but I only have 2, so that's what I have. In case you don't know what he does, he sets you to 3 every turn if you're at 2 or less. And then on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 blue and 1 green Digimon among them to your hand, and then place the other ones at the bottom in any order. That means you can add the dual colored Digimon as well, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone on there in the comments, but as far as I'm concerned, you can add those as well. And I'm also running 2 of this dual tamer, Damons and Ken. I only pulled 2 from the 2 boxes that I bought, so that's how I'm only running 2. Technically, it should be 3 and 2 or 3 and 2 or whatever ratio. Anyways, at the start of your main phase, if you have a blue Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. If you have a green Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. Your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with 2 or more colors, you may suspend this tamer to unsuspend that Digimon. And then its security cost is playing the card without playing its cost. And that's literally it. Now we're gonna get into the options. I'm only running fucking 4 Tamers in this deck, so it is what it is. I'll probably most likely have to trade for something, I don't know. I'm playing 1 Hidden Potential Discovered. This card essentially makes this free, and that is so good. I'm so glad that this thing is not completely banned. It doesn't cost anything, and when it's in the stack, it adds it to your hand. As simple as that. I'm gonna go with the old standby, which is a blue deck, so of course you're gonna be running all 4 Hammer Sparks. I've seen people playing 3. I don't know. This card's just too good to be playing it at less than 4. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. 1 Ice Wall, it's at 1. Your opponent loses 2 memory every time he attacks. Security effect, gain 2 memory as well. Just like the, essentially you're playing 5 Ice Hammer Sparks as far as the gain 2 memory effect and the security stack goes. So it is what it is. I'm playing 1 blue memory boost. This card can add dual colored Digimon like the Imperialdramon fighter mode, or this Imperialdramon dragon mode, or the pale Dramon, or the light Dramon. You can add any one of those cards along with any blue card. But you know, it is just a memory booster. I know there's a lot of memory killers out there, like the Chumons and the Gazimons, and you know the, what is it, the Madokis. You know what? The one's good. I don't think I need more than 1. And last but not least, 2 Megadeaths. Pay cost of 5. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the owner's hand. Security, activate this card's main effect. It's just a cheaper Kai's Breath. I was playing with my roommate and I wasn't sure. He used it on me and I was like, okay. So I bounced the card because I had a Mastamon on the board. And I was like, does the card underneath stay or they die? It took at least 20 minutes for me to get an answer from like 2-3 different people. And apparently it does. So I had lost the whole stack. But yeah, that's basically it for my Imperialdramon. I plan on going to locals as soon as this is like legal to play with. In the meantime, I've just been playing at home. And I'll have another video for the Mastamon build and my BT, oh, actually not BT, Yellow Hybrid, I'm sorry. So stay tuned for those, and I'll catch you guys later.